It's NBC 26 at 10. The Salcom Green Bay Marathon wraps up, and we'll introduce you to the winners. Plus, a runner going the extra mile to raise money for veterans and breaking a record. And the president demanding the Department of Justice look into if the FBI infiltrated his 2016 campaign. Well, thousands of runners have crossed the finish line today as the annual Salcom Green Bay Marathon comes to an end. With more on that, we're going to turn things over to sports anchor Chris Barrier. Chris.
Hey, good evening, Mo. It's one of the more prestigious marathons in the country, considering that 9,000 registered runners, more than that, from 42 different states and 9 different countries participate. And when you consider all that, it really puts into perspective how impressive it is to win the race, especially if you've never even run a marathon before. So here we go, the 19th annual Salcom Green Bay Marathon, and a bit of a chilly start right out of the gate. On the men's side, Milwaukee native Martin Hines crossed the tape at 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 56 seconds in first place. This was the first Salcom race for the former Concordia cross-country star. He's pretty pumped about it, too. On the women's side, former Badger Michelle Lee took first place in 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 22 seconds. This is also the Sun Prairie native's first Salcom. In fact, get this, it's the first time she's ever run a marathon at all, and she still takes first place.
It was incredible. I mean, before this, when I was training, I had never done more than 20 miles. So just like after I got to that point, I was like, wow, this is amazing that I can do this at this pace and like still be feeling this strong. It was just great.
It was the 26 coming into Lambeau Field. You can't beat it. You really can't. The last thought on my mind was winning today, and it was just it was really amazing. Like I said, coming into Lambeau, the crowd just cheering you on. Mile 24 and 25 is always really tough, but the crowd support was amazing.
So here's a look at the top finishers, starting with the men's marathon. All top 5 guys American, 2 of them considered elite runners. Third place Aaron Skopek, and your winner Martin Hines, who you just heard from. On the women's side, Michelle Lee's time was less than 4 minutes off the course record and more than 11 minutes faster than second place. Not bad for your first ever marathon. And the half marathons also today. Between the men's and women's full and half races, 3 of the 4 winners, all Wisconsinites. Women's halfer Naomi Fulton is from Heartland. She crossed the finish line in 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 17 seconds. And Mo, it's not just a race for the youngsters. The oldest registered racer, Gene Menner, 77 years young, and he finished the marathon in under 6.5 hours. I'm not even sure you and I could do that.
Challenge accepted, Chris. All right, Chris, thank you. And here's something else that's also really impressive and challenging. A Green Bay man broke the Guinness World Record at the marathon for fastest person carrying 100 pounds. William Koken accomplished this in 6 hours, 27 minutes, and 59 seconds, breaking the previous record of 6 hours, 47 minutes, and 3 seconds for 26.2 miles.
It was 17 months of hard work. I just kept telling myself, 17 months ago you said you were going to do this. Don't make yourself have to go to another marathon to get this record. So I just said, hey, we're going to keep grinding and we're going to keep grinding, and that's what we're going to do.
And if you're not impressed just yet, Koken also did this as a way to raise money for local veterans. And while trying to beat some records, some were running for others as well. NBC 26's Eric Kress has a story of a man raising money for a colleague battling cancer.
With the blow of a horn, well over 1,000 marathon runners took off, all pushing forward for one reason or another.
I felt like I better darn well finish this because I've got a lot of people now that are counting on me. So yeah, there was a certain element of pressure involved.
Bruce Hermans, a Green Bay native who lives in Dallas now, came back to the Badger State this weekend to run for his friend and co-worker from Texas who's racing to find a cure.
She's got tongue and oral cancer, and we wanted to do something special to help her.
He pitted the Packers fans against the Cowboys fans to see who would raise the most money for oral cancer research and to help me with my medical bills.
Through the pain and struggles of grinding out 26.2 miles, Bruce ultimately tipped his cap to whatever fan base raised the most money for the cause by sporting their team's jersey at Lambeau Field.
And he came in wearing a Cowboys jersey into Lambeau Field.
At mile 25, the Cowboys were ahead by $3,000, so I put the Cowboys jersey on. But before I crossed mile 26.2, the Packers went ahead, so I'm carrying this jersey too.
As of Sunday afternoon, Cowboys and Packers fans both contributed about $30,000 for a total of about $60,000 to help Allison and her fights.
The Packers came in right at the end and raised over $12,000 just today.
And while running a marathon for the first time is tough for anyone, it's the message that Bruce was able to share that made the run worth it.
And we got to teach the kids about empathy and having heart and loving somebody in need, and that's pretty special.
I don't know that I've ever felt this much love from people, and knowing that I don't have to go through this journey alone has made me want to fight harder.
Keeping you connected in Green Bay, I'm Eric Crest with NBC 26.
And the GoFundMe sites for Allison for both teams are still online. You can find them on our website at NBC26.com. Well, the runners might give a thanks to Gino and Company for providing us with this marathon-like weather, if you will. Here's Gino Recchia with a look at your first forecast. Gino.
Mo, the marathon ended up being pretty good. We started off with some cloudy skies. By the end, it was sunny. Temperatures just cool enough to keep those marathon runners, a little warm, but not that hot outside. Our highs this afternoon reached into the 60s in Green Bay, 70s, though, out towards Wapaka. Now, this evening, we'll continue to drop those temperatures down into the mid-40s, going with an overnight low of 44 degrees. Then for tomorrow, it doesn't look like much of a warm-up expected. We'll have highs back into the upper 50s to lower 60s. A few chance of showers also by the end of the school bell. I'll have that forecast in just a bit.
All right, Gino, thank you. And speaking of good weather, it's officially Safe Boating Week. And right here in Green Bay, people are here to help make sure your boat is ready to go. Yesterday, the U.S. Coast Guard station in Green Bay held an open house for boaters and the community. Auxiliaries came out to check out the boat and make sure the boat has all the equipment for safety.
People who were born after 1989, January 1st, 1989, need to have a boater safety class in order to be in compliance with the regulations of the state of Wisconsin.
And there will be another boater safety class coming up at the Crest Valley Library in De Pere. And covering America now, a major announcement from President Trump today. He says he'll demand the Justice Department investigate whether the DOJ or the FBI sent in a spy on his 2016 campaign via Twitter today. Democrats say there's no evidence backing Trump's claims, though. Here's NBC's Jennifer Johnson with more.
President Trump defiant on Twitter, announcing, "I hereby demand and will do so officially tomorrow that the Department of Justice look into whether or not the FBI DOJ infiltrated or surveilled the Trump campaign for political purposes." This after the New York Times reported the FBI sent an informant to talk to 2 Trump campaign advisors after receiving evidence of suspicious links to Russia.
It bothers me that they may be an informant in one of the campaigns unless there's a damn good reason.
The president and his circle, including personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani, believe that former FBI Director James Comey planted an FBI spy in his campaign, demanded by people in the Obama administration. Democrats on the House Intelligence Committee dispute that theory.
This claim by the president, the suggestion by Giuliani that there is a political spy embedded in the Trump campaign is nonsense.
Some legal experts say the informant appears to have been a counterintelligence operative, not a mole.
There are rules and regulations that, oversee within the DOJ these types of operations, and it seems by all accounts that the rules were followed in this circumstance.
The New York Times is also reporting that special counsel Robert Mueller is now investigating meetings Donald Trump Jr. had with advisors to Middle Eastern leaders during the campaign, countries other than Russia who may have tried to help get his father elected. In a series of other tweets, the president called for an end to Mueller's probe, now entering its 2nd year. So far, it has produced multiple indictments and guilty pleas. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
President Trump's attorney Rudy Giuliani says the Russia probe could end in just a few months. He says Mueller wants to wrap it up by September, and the president has repeatedly called this investigation a quote-unquote witch hunt. The probe did turn a year old yesterday. And 2 days after the tragedy at Santa Fe, Texas High School, people are turning to each other and their faith. At Rockview Church, the pastor read the name of every victim of Friday's shooting. At the high school, Texas Governor Greg Abbott brought flowers, prayers, and promises as well. And also be sure to buckle up. Law enforcement officials say this will be in full force starting tomorrow as part of the National Click It or Ticket campaign. The campaign is to help prevent traffic injuries or death with the help of a seatbelt. Click It or Ticket runs from May 21st until June 3rd. And don't go anywhere. There will be more news and weather coming up next. We'll be right back.
And now, your NBC 26 Storm Shield forecast with meteorologist Gino Recchia.
Not a bad day. We had sunshine across the area, some high-level cirrus clouds, but that allowed us to warm up into the 60s. If it was cloudy, we'd be even cooler because we had those northeast winds, air mass that came in from Canada after a cold front pushed through yesterday. Remember, we had 70s yesterday. Today, a little cooler, but that strong angle of the sunshine did help us warm up a little bit. By the lakeshore, it's been a cool day all day long, and it's still cool this evening. Mid and upper 40s, even 43 in Manitowoc, Sheboygan at 42. Farther inland, we're in the lower 50s right now, even 47 in Clintonville. Winds starting to calm, but still mainly out of the east and northeast. That'll be the case as we go over the next 24 to 48 hours. Winds continuing out of the east and northeast tomorrow. Might change a little bit out of the south and southeast as we get towards the afternoon hours, but with it, we are monitoring a risk of some showers as it moves into the area. A system that's right now over the central plains, southern Midwest, slowly moving up to the north. Very quiet right now across the state. We're not expecting any precipitation until as early as probably towards tomorrow afternoon. High pressure is dominating the air mass right now, but this high is going to move off to the east. There's a center of low pressure right now. Some showers and thunderstorms over parts of Iowa, Missouri. This is all going to be lifting up to the northeast over the next 24 hours. So by tomorrow evening, we should be seeing a few scattered showers across parts of northeast Wisconsin. Skycast has been moving, kind of swinging back and forth with intensity and the coverage of the rainfall. And during the 5 o'clock hour is showing not too much. Now it's showing more of a wider spread rainfall across the area. But just keep in mind by the afternoon and evening, likely we'll be needing some of the umbrellas if you're heading outside. Temperatures will be cool tomorrow, also increasing clouds during the day tomorrow, so might start off with a little bit of sunshine, but by the afternoon hours, we will be seeing increasing cloud, and with it comes the rainfall. How much rain? Well, not that much. Most of the rain should be staying far down to the south of us, but a few pockets could pick up maybe between 0.2 to as much as 0.45 of an inch of rainfall. The heaviest amounts, like I said, farther south you go, the higher amounts are expected. 44 degrees, overnight low temperature, winds light out of the east and northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour, under partly cloudy to mostly clear skies. Starting off dry tomorrow, but increase in cloud cover, high of 63 degrees. We'll have a likelihood of some few showers during the afternoon and evening hours. If you want warmer weather, we'll take a look at it. Tuesday, back into the 70s, upper 70s on Wednesday. 80 degrees returns on Thursday with a chance of a pop-up thunderstorm towards the evening hours, and the risk of showers and thunderstorms do continue towards Friday and Saturday. Sunday looks like the system moves out, and then we do dry out, high of 76, or 5, excuse me, Mo, and it looks like also that's the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. That might have a little bit of stormy action, but by the end of the weekend, looks like it's going to be dry.
All worth the wait. Just be patient.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much, Gino. And don't go anywhere else. We'll have more news coming up. Welcome back. A team of high school girls are helping people look their best and making wishes come true at the same time. Hello Beautiful is a one-day resale dress shop where people can get their personal stylist help and find that perfect dress. And the money also goes towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation in Wisconsin. If you'd like to donate, just head to their website, at NBC26.com and look for the story. And life in Windsor is back to normal today after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle tied the knot. UK authorities say more than 100,000 people showed up for the festivities. The wedding was a global event thanks to Harry's status as a senior British royal and Markle's celebrity after she starred on the television series Suits for 7 years. The newlyweds headed back to London earlier today.
I think Windsor has benefited a lot from this whole thing. I think the atmosphere is perfect. A few days before, on the day, it was magnificent, and I think we're going to have another day or two, so it's amazing. I think Windsor being smaller than London, I think we coped it very well, didn't we?
And Meghan Markle wore a designer Givenchy wedding dress that experts say cost more than $200,000. And security for the big event came with an estimated price tag of $40 million. Congratulations to the both of them. That's going to do it for me, but don't go anywhere. Sports Rewind with Chris Barrier is up next.